Hi there, what's up? How are you doing? My name is Daniel. I'm talking from Brazil, state of Espírito Santo. Literally means Holy Spirit. My city is Vitória. Literally means victory. And I'm here to talk to you about my experience during my learning process in English, about my frustrations and achievements, and a little bit of my personal life and professional life. Right? So, let's begin. It all started when I was working in a company as administrative assistant. I worked there for over 7 years, almost 8 years actually. It was a wonderful time where I learned a lot and I made many friends there, and of course I got more professional experience. To be honest, I miss it. It was good to be there. Good times. I miss it. At the same time, I was learning to learn English. Why? Well, because everybody knows English is the most powerful language for communication around the world. English is here to stay. It's present in business, economics, religions, movies, sports, philosophy, history, everywhere. The modern world and the English are working hand to hand. You need to know that. Learn English as a second language today is more than necessary. You need to know that. That's why English was in my bucket list. And if you don't know English, I have a bad news for you. You are, right now, professionally speaking, weak. I'm sorry, but there is no other way to say it. You're weak. That's why you need to learn English as soon as possible, as much as you can. So, my colleague saw me talking about my desire to learn English. Then she talked to me about her daughter because her daughter was studying English next to my company indoors with a particular teacher. Obviously, when I heard that, I became very surprised and motivated to learn. Immediately, I got the phone number of the teacher and I called her. It's a woman. She was very friendly with me and generous, and we set up a day of the week for me to learn, a time, and the payment method. So, everything was okay. Then, the great day arrived. Ooh, my first lesson in English. Can you imagine how I was feeling at that moment in my life? I was very motivated to learn. I can still remember that day. I arrived at her home just 15 to 20 minutes on foot from my own house. I rang the bell, she came to me, we greeted each other and we climbed her house stairs until we get in a large balcony upstairs. A big and comfortable balcony. There was a table there with chairs around it, some other kinds of furniture that I can say now the details, and we sat down. It's important to say that at that moment, at that point, I didn't know nothing how to learn English because there is a correct way to learn English, right? At least some correct ways to learn. So she brought a book, put down the book on the table, and she opened it. You know what kind of book I'm talking about. It was full of exercises, grammar rules, unnatural phrases, unnatural dialogues, and the traditional and famous text, many texts, where my role as a student was to fill out the space with the right words, and in doing so, I could see the whole meaning of the phrase and the whole meaning of the text. I know you might be thinking, gosh, what a boring lesson, Daniel. Yes, you're right, I agree. But even so, I was very, very, very motivated to learn. I was very happy. Obviously, with this kind of book, with this kind of method, the inevitable happened. Not immediately, of course not, but after 5 or 6 lessons, I got bored. So I was one to get out of the course. Then I talked to her, my teacher, about my feelings and about my leave. One more time, she was very kind and respectful with me. Can you guess? I quit. I give up. Unfortunately, I went home very depressed, unmotivated, and defeated. Totally defeated. Conclusion. Get out of my way, English. No English. And these events pretty much sums up the first chapter of my life in my journey to learn English. And as you can see, it was not good. It was not. Just frustrations and unsuccessful moments. After that, I continued to work in my company without thinking about English, without thinking about the possibility to learn it. However, a little flame was inside me, a little invisible fire burning. And between, sorry, this disappointment that I had and my, let's say, big insight to learn the so-called English, something happened. I was walking here in my neighborhood on the street next to a grocery. We call here mercearia. And I said to myself, I can remember as if it was yesterday, very vividly in my mind. I said, you know what? Perhaps I'm the kind of person who never will learn English. English is not for me. It's very hard to observe. It's very difficult. It's beyond my mind, beyond my knowledge, beyond my capability, beyond my intelligence, beyond my reality, beyond my hands. That's my destiny. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. It was sad. I was very unhappy and upset. I bet you know that feeling. I bet you know that feeling as well. So, 3 years has passed. Wow. Yeah, I said 3 years. 3 years without thinking about learning English. Not exactly 3 years. I can't say precisely the amount of time, but it was something like that. 3 years or more. Okay? 3 years or more. So after my, let's say, dark age, sorry, I began to thinking about the possibility to learn English again. I was thinking about the labor market, my professional life, my future, business, opportunities, my personal life, success, improvements, etc. But there is a kind of law in our brain, right? Because once you go through a bad experience, it's very difficult to want to pass through that same bad experience again. Does that phrase make sense in English? So, I hope so. Because I knew, if I came back to that kind of place, that kind of environment, that kind of book, that kind of a lesson, that kind of method, I could not learn. Likewise, I could not grasp all the necessary details or aspects of the language, to say the least. To say the least. I could not. It would be like fall in a gigantic black hole. I would be destroyed, spaghettified. It would be a disaster, a complete disaster. As you can see, I was lost in my own thoughts at that period of my life. And one day, I came home. I was single at that time, living with my parents downstairs. Today I'm married, I have a son, and as a married man, I'm talking from my own house. So I was single and I was in my room thinking about English. I need to learn English. It's necessary, my future. But how? I turned on my computer and I sat down. So there I was, my computer on in front of me and my keyboard beneath my hands. I began searching about how to learn English. I was reading articles, texts, and blogs, all variety of resources available online. Because many questions were in my mind. For example, is that possible to learn English, to get fluency in English? What should I do? What I have to do to be successful in life in this area? After hours and hours and hours searching, I got here on YouTube. Luckily, I found a channel specifically to learn English. There are a lot of them here, right? It's not something difficult to find. No. And that channel was full of mini stories in English. What caught my eyes about it was that these mini stories, each one of them, without exception, had subtitles in English. I was impressed. I had never seen anything like it. I was like, wow, because I realized that I could watching the mini stories and read the subtitles simultaneously, so that I could improve my listening skills, my reading skills, my writing skills, and ultimately my thinking skills in English. So, tremendous, terrific. From that point, I was watching these mini stories every day. Every day. I was burning my brain in it. Day after day, week after week. Sorry. Then I began to understand phrases and more phrases, moments and more moments of these mini stories. As a result, I realized real improvements, little progress in my English. And I was very happy about it. But I needed more. Yes, of course. Much more. More improvements. You know, there are a lot of quotes in English, right? We call here ditados or ditos or citações. And one of my favorites are those about decisions. Because decisions change our minds, decisions change our realities, decisions change our lives forever. That's the power of decisions. Let me show you two quotes, in English of course, about it. Let me just here my cell phone. Here, first, decisions are the hardest move to make, especially when it's a choice between what you want and what is right. Cool. Second, unsuccessful people make decisions based on their current situation. Successful people make decisions based on where they want to be. Powerful, powerful thoughts. That's right. That's true. To the point that if you take a decision now, whatever that decision is, the consequences will follow you for all your life. It's a law. It's an unbreakable law in life. And as I was watching these mini stories, I decided something different. I don't know why, it was my fate. I said, I want to see the first videos of this channel. There is an option here on YouTube, you already know that, where you can change the order or the ordination of the videos. You can put the oldest videos first or the newest videos first. It's up to you. So that's what I did. I put the oldest videos first in order to see them. So when I didn't see mini stories anymore. No. I saw something unusual. On those little pictures, I saw a guy with blue eyes. To be more precise, a teacher of English. His name, I'm gonna tell you. His name is AJ Hoge. I was witnessing my first contact with the 7 Rules to Learn English by AJ Hoge. Although I have to admit that when I saw those 7 videos and read the titles for the first time, I scratched my head and thought to myself, oh my, 7 rules to learn English, right? 7 videos, each video is a rule. I don't want the rules. No rules in my English. No. Nonetheless, something was strongly yelling inside me. Something like, you need to see this guy. This teacher is gonna change your life forever. Forever. With regard to the English, of course. Then I followed my inner voice, if I might say so. And I clicked on it, and the screen opened right in front of my eyes. I did see the first rule, the second, the third, the fourth, until the 7th. After seeing all the 7 rules, oh man, I was shocked. My only reaction to it at the time was, I can't believe it. Remarkable, unforgettable, indescribable. I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on here? I was speechless watching this guy. All I needed was there. All the, let's say, raw materials for my improvements, for my success, for my fluence, for my extraordinary improvements were in those videos. The 7 Rules to Learn English by AJ Hoge. Amazing feeling. Amazing. I had no doubts. I had no doubts because it's clear. It's obvious. I may tell you, beyond any doubt, the AJ 7 Rules are the most powerful method to learn English ever made by a human being. I'm not exaggerating. Finding AJ Hoge was spot on. Spot on. These rules are like a powerful gun. Think about it, like a bazooka. Seeing them was like a shot in my heart. Believe me. Believe me. You know, the official channel of AJ Hoge here on YouTube is just his name. Very easy. AJ Hoge. That's it. You can find these 7 rules there if you want, and much more videos. He also has courses based on these 7 rules. Moreover, the 7 rules are a course, right? The 7 rules. It's a course. It's a free course. By the way, you can find his courses, his book, his methods, and even the 7 rules on his official sites. EffortlessEnglishClub.com and EffortlessEnglish.com. There are 4 principal courses there. The 7 rules, as I said, it's a free course. Then the original course, the Power English, and the VIP program. There is a new course coming. What a good news! The pronunciation course. The pronunciation course. Very good. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about the easiest way to learn English. No way. No. Despite the name Effortless English, these courses require sacrifice. That's the word. Sacrifice. Keep it in mind. You have to sacrifice your lazy nature. You have to sacrifice your comfort. You have to sacrifice your body. You have to sacrifice your time. It's necessary. It's needful. Effortless English does not mean lack of effort. Sorry, not at all. Not at all. Practice makes perfect. Do you remember that? Practice makes perfect. So, daily practice is required. Needless to say, but when you find something new, you need to follow through. For example, let's say that I'm here in my house, in a beautiful weekend, a sunny day. My parents are here, my brother, his wife, my wife's parents, my wife's sisters. The gang is all here. And I want to bake a cake for them. All the ingredients are here in front of me on my table. What I have to do? Cross my arms and keep looking for them? No. I have to work with these ingredients to see the results. The expected results. My cake. My chocolate cake, let's say. The same way here, guys, with English. You have to sacrifice yourself. Otherwise, nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing. That's why, since then, after my magic moment that I had with AJ Hoge, with the 7 rules, I'm like a dog with a bone. I'm like a lion on the prey. I'm like in Jesse Ventura's words, I ain't got time to bleed. Do you remember that scene? 1980s. That's classic. I ain't got time to bleed. That's my thoughts. That's my philosophy today. It's in my veins. I don't have time to bleed. I'm not kidding to learn English. I'm serious here. So, as I said, it was an unforgettable moment, a magic moment that I had after finding AJ Hoge, his 7 rules, his methods, his videos, his thoughts, his philosophy. For the first time in my life, for the first time after that, I raised my flag. I throw my hands up and I said to myself, without fear, without awe, I said, I can learn English. It's possible. There is no secret anymore. The possibility is here, in my hands. It's not beyond my knowledge, beyond my mind, beyond my capability, beyond my reality. No! The solution is here. It's up to me. That's my destiny. I can do it. Wow. What a change, what a transformation, what a difference. You can hear this noise right now, alright? Let me show you what it is. One moment. Here's my son, my wife. Okay. Sorry, but you can hear them, right? You know that. Now you already know. So let's begin. Again. Where was I? So, what a difference, right? After my moment that I had with AJ Hoge, huge progress, extraordinary moment, unforgettable moment. So, check. Right. What will these courses do? Right? Because, as I said, Effortless English is not an easy way to learn English. Why, Daniel? Why not? Because there is no easy way to learn English. As a second language? No, it's impossible. There is no easy way to learn English. There is not. But here's the difference. Here's the magic. Here's the power of Effortless English. These courses, these courses will make you learn in a positive way, pleasant way, enjoyable way, automatic way. It doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter what your situation is, it doesn't matter where you are now. As long as you're positive. Are you a positive person? If so, you can get through it. You're on the verge of fluency. Is that awesome? The Effortless English course works. That's why I'm here. The Effortless English course really works. Believe it or not, I am the fine result of AJ's 7 rules. I am his son. I am his product. AJ changed my mind, changed the direction of my life. He changed my overview about English. That's what AJ is going to do with you. He's going to change your mind. Because, as I said, the solution is not there. The power is not there. But the solution is here. The power is here. Your power is here in your mind. Let me give you two examples, right? Just two. There is more, of course. Two examples. What Effortless English can do with you. First, today, I don't need to be desperate about my progress, about my mistakes, about my accent, and even about my incomplete knowledge in English. No, I don't have those poisonous thoughts anymore. I'm free. Because AJ is always talking to us, constantly, repeatedly. Learn English, learn anything in life is a process. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be. If you want to be a great doctor, a great musician, a great preacher, a great entrepreneur, a great president, a great king, a great football player, a great speaker, whatever, you have to understand that before you get perfection, the highest level, there will be a process. Even in English, day by day, little by little, step by step, until finally you get fluent. So, am I fluent in English? Absolutely not. I make mistakes all the time. You can hear them here in this video. And my vocabulary is very poor. Even though I'm making progress every day, every week, every month, and that's great. That's great. You and I, we will get fluent. We will. It's a matter of time. AJ is right. Success? Yeah. But in the long term, that's a key thought. Right? Long term. Speaking of which, let me show you a quote about it. The quote goes, succeeding at learning a language is not about making progress in one day and in 1 week. It is about the little things that you do every day. Little things every day, little things. It is the tiny decisions that you make over and over that will lead you to success in the long term. Success in the long term, not in short term, in the short term. No. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to understand that before you get the perfection, right? As I said, it's necessary step by step, little by little. There is a process. There is no other way to get perfection. Because, look, everything you see in life, everything around you is a result of a process. Including you, including me, including this beautiful planet, including all of us. We are the result of a process. We are the result of a process. That's my first example, right? Don't worry, learn English is a process. Second example, my son is crying. Second, the third rule is listen, right? Listen, listen, listen. Undoubtedly, listen is the most powerful rule of all. It has to be the background of your learning. Let's think like AJ, just a little bit. I am a native Portuguese speaker. Naturally, I learned my own language just listening praise from my parents, my brother, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my grandparents, my colleagues, my friends. So, important question. Logic question. Logic question. Why I cannot learn English in the same way as a second language? Doesn't that make sense? It stands to reason. You can hear my voice now, right? Believe me, if you ask me a year and a half ago, just a year and a half ago, Daniel, talk to me in English, please. That would not be possible. But just a little bit. That would not be possible. It was unthinkable. So, you should not underestimate the power of listening. You should not. Because that's how you learn it, your own language. Come on, man. Have you ever thought about it? Here is meant before, right? Here. I'm listening English every day, right? Every single day, with full concentration, committed. Because I know the magic is going to happen here, in your brain, in our brain. It's a subtle process. It's an invisible process, but it's real. It's real. That's my second example, the power of listening. So, about myself, right? Just like most of us here in Brazil, I learned English, quote unquote, learned English in high school. You know, there's a big problem here in high school because the old method, the traditional method is there. Believe me, things like class, repeat after me. Oh no. Grammar books, exercises, tests, verb to be. It doesn't work. Right? That's bullshit. It doesn't work. Yeah, I learned some basic phrases, but nothing beyond that. Nothing else. Nothing else. We're all familiar here with this kind of English, this method, these books in high school. Yes, of course, there are exceptions, few exceptions in this gigantic country. Is that a problem? Of course it is. But not just here. The same problem is present around the world. AJ is always talking to us about it. Luckily, he's here to help you. Why not? He's clever, powerful, dynamic, charismatic. He's a genius. He is, like he often describes himself, he's my coach. He's my coach. By the way, I'd like to meet him one day personally. Who knows? Nowadays, the earth is not as big as it seems anymore, in some sense. I mean, with all these advanced means of transport available, like airplane and all this high-tech stuff. It would be great. I just would say to him, Thank you, AJ. Well, I'm gonna say now, why not? That's my chance. So, thank you, AJ. Thank you very much. I can say thank you enough. Thank you for being part of my life in this area, in my English, in my learning process. Your work as a teacher, as a coach, is a masterpiece. I have no words. You're perfect. You're perfect. God bless you, AJ. God bless you. So what else? About these courses in Effortless English, right? My advice. If you have enough money, go ahead, folks. Sign up the course now. If you do so, you'll be on the fast track to success. The fast track to success. I guarantee you success. I guarantee you solid improvements. I guarantee you fluency. That's my kind request. So that was my history. That's my achievements. I hope you enjoyed. I'm very, very proud of myself today. It's been a great journey. Whatever happens in your life, you need to be focused, committed. That's my plea. That's AJ's plea too. Oh, my wife. Yeah, my wife and my son. What are you doing? Forgot it. So, where was I? Yes, that's my plea. Focused, committed, right? Committed with yourself. Think about your success. Think about your improvements. Think about the consequences to know English nowadays. I'm not fluent in English. No, I'm not. But I'm talking to you in English now. Oh man. A year and a half ago, I could not do it. But here I am. I'm talking to myself. Sorry, about myself, my family, my professional life, the process, and many other topics. I can talk in English today. My son today has just 8 months old, right? He's a good baby. He's gonna learn his English from myself, his father. What a great transformation. What a great consequence. The English. Yeah, sometimes I get a red eye. So what? I don't care. Because what's at stake here is my professional life, my personal life, my son, my wife, all of us, my family, our success. That's what's at stake here. Okay? So, one more question. Important question. What does this video mean to me? What is my job here? What am I doing? I'm recording this video just to evaluate myself. That's my role here. I'm gonna judge my English. I'm gonna judge myself afterwards. For example, my sentence stress, word stress, rate of speech, intonation, pronunciation, mouth movements, and so on. It's very helpful. Very useful. Try now. So, before I go, I'd like to share with you 4 videos, right? 4, 8. 4 videos. 4 AJ's videos. You need to see them. Where? Here on YouTube, the channel, you already know. AJ Hoge. So, the first one, the fear of mistakes. Second, what is effortless English? Third, sacrifice, risk, and success. And last but not least, decisions change your life. I highly recommend these videos. My son, I highly recommend his videos, his book, his knowledge, his thoughts, his methods. Go ahead. Don't waste your time anymore. You need to learn English, and the time is now. The time is now. So I have to go. Just remember, if you want, you can win. When it comes to English, you need to pursue your goal. Like me, I'm learning English with AJ Hoge, so I don't want to give that up. So let's go. AJ, one more time. Thank you. You rock. And if you're watching this video optional, wherever you guys are, you're welcome. Carry on. Never give up. Big hug. Good luck for you. See ya.